Okay, so Mr. Paul, are you here? Are you on board? All right, so that we can get you in. I hope your mic is not mute. I'm trying to identify where you are. Okay, so all right, I think I can spot you now. All right, so okay, so just a short introduction of Mr. Paul. Okay, just 1 second, and I will do that, and then we can move quickly into the discussion. All right, okay. Pardon me. Got so much to study up there. Okay, like I did mention, he also run an interesting business line, and he's an entrepreneur. Okay, a coach with a vast experience in starting, running, and growing business. All right, so he's helped a lot of entrepreneurs, and he also run a lot of businesses. He's also a bachelor, okay, engineering, in mechanical engineering rather. Okay, and he's maybe some of you probably be familiar with this brand, Possible and Affordable Furnishing. Okay, he's the CEO of Furniture Affordable and the CEO of many other business lines. So I don't want to take much of our time. Please help me welcome Mr. Paul Akinola for the last session, and then we go to Q&A. So Mr. Paul, you have the floor. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Ayo. Please confirm you can hear me.
Yes, very well, loud and clear.
All right, that's good. All right, I'll be speaking on my phone because my system refused to connect. I don't know, maybe because of the volume of people that are already in, but instead of me showing you some slides, I will just make use of my phone and I will be able to speak directly with us using the phone. All right, I want to appreciate Dr. Mao. It's nice hearing her again. I've heard her in several instances. And my brother, Mr. Yeni, always ready to deliver. Thank you so much. All right, as I've been introduced, I'm Paul Akinola, and I've run some businesses, and I'm still running some businesses. All right, I've been privileged by God to foresee that we're going to be having this kind of a lockdown that we're presently having. And from April 1, I've been teaching entrepreneurs how to cope with what is going to become of our economic situation after this pandemic issue is off, because his virus now is going to be monetary in a few weeks' time, because we're going to have a lot of issues. I can foresee that. And one of the things I'll be talking with us today, or I actually picked one of the slides I've used in the past 27 days. Every day for the past 26 days, I've been teaching online. And one of the slides is what I want to actually share with us. What tools we can use for marketing within this period. Because the game has changed invariably. The game has changed absolutely. You don't want to be caught with the old game at this time. So I would like us to look at what it takes to make money. I'm a very fundamental person. I'm not so well read like my brother who is from Harvard and Dr. Amao. I'm just a natural entrepreneur. I like to go to the basics. So I'll be a little fast because that's my propensity. I seem to talk fast, but I hope you'll be able to understand this. And I hope Mr. Ayo will make the video recording available for us to listen again, because even while Mr. Yeni was talking, I was busy writing down, and while Doctor was talking too. All right, so I will ask, how do top business make money? How do they make money? That's my first concern. If I want to sustain myself, if I want to market and do well after now, or even during this period, some of us are making money during this period. I was happy when Mr. Ayeni started mentioning that. And Dr. Ma also said that she's been achieving a lot of things. Some people shut down, but I believe the shutdown is a power up for a lot of entrepreneurs who spend time to use this period well. Now, how do they make money? I'll go through it about 5 things that every top businesses do to make money. One, they gain a lot of customers. If you want to be on top of a game, you have to keep gaining customers. You don't have to say, I have enough and I don't think I need more. You need to keep gaining customers. Number 2, You need to make the customers buy the same thing from you again. I heard my brother, Mr. Ayeni, talking about subscription model. You can't beat that. If you don't make people buy the same thing from you again, you're in trouble, especially in this period. You might find it difficult to gain a lot of new customers. The customers that you have to make sure that they buy same thing from you again. Then the third thing is that you have to make the same customer buy other things from you. That is, you have to upsell, you have to downsell, you have to, whatever you have to sell, just do something. Do something and make sure that they buy other things from you. Then what you need to do also is to make them buy other things, or to make them bring other customers to buy things from you. That is one of the things I love to help entrepreneurs do, is to help them make their customers their brand evangelists. So you want to make them bring other customers to you. It will reduce drastically what you spend on marketing if you're able to achieve this. If you are able to put your brain around it, how to make other customers bring customers to you. It will, like what Mr. Yeni was saying about that guy who prepare washing machine. You can imagine Mr. Yeni is supposed to be a customer, but now he has given me a principle and a design that is going to help him make money. I mean, this guy, we pray that the pandemic shutdown should not even finish, because he's now making a lot of money. Then, well, another thing I would like to say is that you need to create a community of buyers. You don't want to continue business as usual. If you've not been a digital person, you want to look into it. I have been privileged by God and by the journey that I've been involved in to understand what digital marketing will be and what it should be. And now everybody is going to have to dive into that water, either you know how to swim or not. It's either you do it or you die out of business now. Obviously, when I read Mark Zuckerberg saying that there won't be any large open meeting till June next year, I told myself, yeah, welcome to the game. It's going to be real tough. And everybody is trying to see how video meeting is going to take over from ordinary meeting. Then we know we have issues in our hands. So those 5 things, I want you to consider those 5 things as core things you need to do within this period to make sure that you make money. You need to get a lot of new customers as much as you can. You need to make your customers buy the same thing from you again. You need to make them buy other things from you. You need to make them bring other customers to you. And you need to create a community of buyer. Another thing I want to ask quickly is, what are you really giving out to these people? We're talking about tools for marketing. What are you selling? You want tools for marketing, but what are you selling? That's a big concern for me. What are you selling? Now, if you don't define what you're selling, it's not as if I'm not assuming you don't have something you're selling, but I'm saying what you're selling must be presented in a way that is acceptable in this period. You don't want to sell a dog food to a cat owner at this period. You want to be sure that what you're selling is enough to take the attention of the people now. You want to be sure that what you're selling is not just the general thing, not the empirical thing this time around. You need to define and add value to what you're selling. I talk to the people that come to my class every 9 p.m. now, that if you're selling a phone, like a normal phone that people sell phones before, you don't want to sell phone again. You want to sell phone plus something. You want to add value to what you're selling. I think Dr. Amao mentioned it. It's an issue of value now. You don't want to just sell. It's not a usual game. It's not I'm selling phone so people buy phone. Excuse me. A lot of people are going to lose their job. Those who are career people, they're going to lose their job. Even business owners are going to lose their business. So there's going to be a lot of rush into what you have in your hand now. Just let the door be open. Then you understand what I'm saying. It's going to happen. I've heard companies talk about 70% layoff, 50% layoff. Now, people are going to flood into what you have, that if you keep selling what you're selling the same way you're selling it, you'll be out of business. That is just the truth. So you need to now add some other things. You need to add value to what you have in your hand. If you're going to succeed now and later, you need to, if I'm a distributor for Samsung, I need to think a little more than just saying Samsung S10. I'm selling Samsung X10. I need to now add some other things to that Samsung X10. I need to be able to think now that what can I do to make it better. Then another thing I want to quickly speak to us about is your customer's journey. If there's any time you need to define it, it is time now. Because if you don't define your customer's journey, You won't be able to put in models like subscription model. Like Dr. Amao said, you need to sustain it's more about sustaining now. You want to get all you can all you get, and sit on the can, because you don't want people to compete with you, because the competition is going to be fierce. People are going to use all manner of wisdom to make people see them as better than other people. One of my students asked yesterday that who doesn't want to crush his competitor. I was shocked at that word, and I told myself, wow, the battle has begun. It's not just beating your competition, is crushing it. You don't want them to exist, because they actually stiffen life out of you. So you want to define your customer's journey in your business now. If you are a dentist, you want to be sure that when you do an advert and then you're running a promotion for cleaning of teeth, you want to be sure that you've already defined the customer's journey. That when they come in to clean the teeth, maybe it's just for 1,500 to give them a small offer, or you have to define your offer ladder. You want to graduate your offer ladder. All this you need to do. I can't define all this within the short time that I have, but there are times you can go to Google and find out what it means. You want to define your offer ladder. You want to be sure that they come in the cheapest way. The entrance is very easy for them to come in. Then you graduate them into more expensive and more complicated product or service that you have. You want to find your access into your customers very easily now. Now, when you do that, you want to define the journey. You don't want somebody who come in, maybe you do an advert, whichever way you want to get new customers now, you do an advert and they come in for, I was using a dentist as an example, and you just come in for teeth cleaning, and then they come for, I did that, I went for a dentist visit in somewhere in Ogudu, and the guy did an advert. It was on an advert, I saw it, and I went, and I was shocked that after the cleaning, it was very nice guy. He played with me, treated me well. And after that, the guy just disappeared, and no word, nothing. He collected my email, my phone number, no word from him. If you have such database, I think you want to dust it up now. You want to find a way to reconnect with people who you've met before. And before you do that, I am very particular about this customer's journey, because there's no tool I'm going to give to you. If you neglect this customer's journey, it's going to be useless in your hand. You don't want to have a single touch with a customer. You want to be multifaceted. You want to be more. You want to be on multi-platforms. I think Dr. Mao mentioned that you want to be on multi-platform. You want to choose what platform you want to be, but you also want to be on more than one platform. Please, you want to be on more than one platform. Then you want to be sure that when you have contact with a customer, you don't leave that customer and that customer goes like that. If you come in to just do your cleaning of your teeth, you want to be sure that you talk to me about maybe a subscription model immediately, like Dr. Ayeni said. You want to talk to me about subscription model. You want to tell me that in the next 3 months I should revisit you. You want to find a way to have a continuous income from me, no matter how small. You can't beat it. How much is Netflix? Very small. But when Mr. Ayeni gave you the calculation, I'm sure some of you like me, you will have written down 4,000 multiplied by 1 million. And you know what that means? You're talking about billions there. So you imagine just billions coming in every month, and infrastructure cost is virtually zero, because either you watch Netflix or not, they use the same infrastructure. So you want to consider yourself that, how do you do this? In the days that Deal Day was still online, a lot of entrepreneurs said Deal Day was just taking their money, they were just taking their money. But when Deal Day went off, and they realized that Deal Day was a good source of getting new customers, but most of them were bad business people who didn't know how to do what I'm just explaining now. They had no customer journey. They had a lot of people come in, and those people came in just once and never returned again. That is a colossal waste on their advert cost. So you want to be careful to define a customer's journey. You want to graduate the ladder. Then your offer ladder, you want to make sure that when a customer coming from this place, when he's going out on the other side, he will have passed through a lot of possibilities with you. And then you want to make sure there's a subscription-based offer that is already attached to it. So even if he doesn't take your high ticket offer and it's just your low ticket offer that the customer picks, you want to be sure that by the time he's coming out, he has your subscription going with him. That is, you follow him everywhere he goes. He pays you something every time. That is very important. Then let me quickly talk about customer acquisition. You want to make sure that your existing customers are satisfied. Not only that you give them the same thing you'll be giving them, but you want to create your own standard, not the standard on the industry. You want to create your own standard, which is above industry standard. And you want to make sure you are adding value to them. Adding value to them may just be in sending a good email to them that contains information that will help them in your industry. You're a dentist, you want to tell them about what is happening, what technology is happening in the industry. You're into, maybe you are even a car repairer. If it's just a mechanic, you want to tell them about the new plug that is in town. You want to add value to them. You want them to have something they look up to, so that you're always before them. I think this is the key. You want to be always before them at this period, because a lot of people are going to be careful where they spend their money because of the scarcity mentality that is already in the system now, because of the virus, and because people are saying that there's economic downturn. There's going to be scarcity, and not because there's scarcity really, it's just the scarcity mentality, and it's because people are going to hoard and trust is going to be scarce. So you want to take advantage of all these by putting yourself in front of the people, and they see you as the people to go to. Like Mr. Yeni was saying that he doesn't even do website design again, but people still came back to him. Maybe because he's always in front of them, maybe because he's gained their trust. So you want to be careful with your existing customers so that you keep them. Newsletter can just do this for you. Newsletter can actually do this for you. Now, your existing connection, people who are not your customer, but they are your connection, you want them to see you more often, and you want to find a way to speak to them so that they understand that what you do can also help them. Especially you use social media. If you use social media, I use social media a lot. I am a Facebook person. I built the All Possible and Affordable on Facebook. I think Facebook can do a lot of work for you if you know how to use it. All right. So you want to leverage on your existing connections. You want to use organic reach to get customers. You also want to use both cold and paid reach. We want to use paid reach to get cold customers. Now, when Dr. Mao was talking about you building relationship with your customers. Now, you may not have the relationship at the beginning. You will not have the relationship at the beginning, not may. You will not have the relationship at the beginning because they are cold to you. You want to find how you're going to build people from cold to warm, from warm to hot, to the point where they're going to buy. The rule is simple. If they don't know you, if they don't like you, if they don't trust you, they don't buy from you. You are the one they're buying from. People don't buy products, people buy so that we can have time for questions. In your reach, to get more customers, because I've told you how do businesses make money. They get new customers, they maintain those customers, make them buy the same thing again, they make them buy different thing from them, they make them bring other customers, and then they create a community of buyers. I'm going to be talking about the tools you're going to use for this activity. In your reach, to get traffic to yourself, either you have a shop by yourself or you are online, either you're digital or you're virtual or you're real. Whichever way your business is, you want to get traffic to your business. You want to make sure that you use social media, because people are on social media. Indeed, social media has become so popular. Facebook had issues. Virtually all the social media platforms had issues with traffic busting within this period. And you know what? It's going to be difficult for that traffic to leave, because even people that don't use social media now use social media. But one clause I want to add to that, a disclaimer, is that social media is not selling media. It is social. So you need to learn how to use social media to sell. This is where a lot of people run into trouble. Like I said, they need to know you, they need to like you, they need to trust you before they buy from you. So when you come to social media and you hear, okay, social media is the in thing, and I'm going to use social media to sell now, then what you're going to do is you come to social media and say, hey, I am selling this adapter. This is what I'm selling now. And you want to push that before people. You're not going to get the market, because it's social before it becomes selling. So you need to learn how to use social media. You need to get on platform like Facebook. Now, I love Facebook because Facebook has a lot of platform and a lot of tools that you can use, especially in this period. I've been using Facebook Live every day. And I want to let you know that if you are coming online, please use video. Video is it for now. If you are going to be using pictures, it's okay, but you can create, you can turn your pictures to video. Facebook gives you that access. So you want to use videos. I found out that live video has about 7 times more effectiveness than ordinary video. Now we're talking about classes of video now. So you want to go live. You want to talk to people live. You want to find a way to educate people. There is nothing, no business you're doing that does not require education. So if you feel my business, how will I educate? You need to tell people some things about your business. You use that to get this traffic, and this is organic traffic. Then you want to also consider automation. I would say this because I have enjoyed a lot of things from automation. I have days where I have like 4,000-5,000 people talking to me online at the same time. And I told myself, if there is no automation, how will I have a life? But I automate virtually everything that I do. That's why I like a platform like Facebook, sincerely, because I can do a lot of automation. If you chat me or you comment on my post on Facebook, I will likely not be the one to answer you. The AI pick it up from there, give you options of answers. And at this season, I think you need that. Even though you want to also personalize it so much that people don't feel it's machines they're talking to all the time. You also want to put the option of people talking directly with you when you want to, when they want to, but you want to answer people immediately. You don't want, because you see, we have options now. And then we have option, and then we're going to be having reduction in people that are willing to buy. So you want to be careful that you are not dropped down. Let me explain what I mean. Now, I have little money for buying, and I have a lot of options. So when I come to speak to you on your platform and you're not responding, you've just make me hate that platform. I will tell people that that platform is not good because you did not respond on time. So you want to be able to respond even while you're sleeping. So that's where automation comes in. That's where artificial intelligence comes in, machine learning, and all this. You need to put that into your business. Those are the things I think you need to use now. You want to make sure there's automation on your timeline. You want to make sure there's automation in your inbox when people want to speak to you directly or when they want to speak to you personally. You want to make sure there's automation. There's something that tells them, okay, these are the options you have. If these are not good enough, Paul Akinola will speak to you after some time. Give him maybe in the next 10 hours, in the next 6 hours, if he's very busy, he will reach out to you. That gives some people comfort that, okay, yeah, this guy is responding to us, rather than you're not there and they just fly away. So you want to take advantage of that. You want to take advantage of LinkedIn, especially if you're doing business to business. You want to take advantage of LinkedIn. You want to make sure that you create a profile that is good enough for people to trust, believe you, because most of them will be cold, like I said. But when they see your profile, they want to check you up. And then you want to maintain a uniformity in all platforms. Either I'm on LinkedIn or I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, or I'm on Instagram. You want to maintain the same thing, the uniformity on your profile, your bio. They call it bio somewhere, they call it status somewhere, they call it intro somewhere. Whatever they call it, is just a way for you to introduce yourself. Then you want to use Google. Now, Google did something that is very interesting. I don't know how long this will last, but it has been for some time. But I suspect from one of the comments credited to one of them in Google, it might be monetized, but it's still the fastest way out. And I heard Mr. Yeni mention it. It's called Google My Business. You want to take advantage of that now, because what Google My Business does is that it gives you the advantage of being like you have a paid search program running, but you don't have one if you're on Google My Business. I teach the entrepreneurs that have been listening to me to take advantage of Google My Business, and a lot of them are already doing that. You want to take advantage of it. What it does is that when somebody search with a keyword that has to do with your business, Google My Business bring you up in the map. Now, it's like the first set of people you see when you type something in Google are people that paid. But you did not pay, but because you're on Google My Business, it brings you up. This is a big secret that a lot of entrepreneurs are taking advantage of, and I think you should. This is a big tool for you to market this season, because you don't need to pay for. You just take advantage of it. They are the one that brought the tool, but I think they will commercialize it soon. But they don't get fast in commercialization like Facebook. Facebook commercializes things very fast. So you want to take advantage of Google My Business to make sure that you're seen and you're ahead, especially if you have a local business or you have a store location. You want people to come to a particular place. You want to take advantage of that. Then you also want to take advantage of events. Now, events may not be physical event like Dr. Mao was saying. You don't want to is physical because of what is happening now. But if this goes up, because this webinar is about tools for marketing now and later, if this goes off, you want to take advantage of events. It may not be very large events, maybe small events, which are even more effective because you have time to see everybody. You want to take advantage of events. Even online now, you want to host small meetings like this. You want to host meetings, but when you're hosting this kind of meeting, it mustn't be a sales meeting. There's a difference between marketing and sales. That's what a lot of people get wrong. When you go to do sales in marketing, you mess up the whole thing. So you want to hold meetings that are going to add value. Like I said, it's a business of value now. If you're going to sell me a phone just by selling me the phone, and everybody sells me the phone, I have the option of about 100 people selling the phone online. How do I decide who to buy the phone from? It has to be somebody who is adding an extra value to that phone. I won't take it from Samsung the way Samsung is selling it. I will add something to it. I've used that as an example a lot. Then you want to think about how you do your conversion and your conversation. You want to use technology to help you. If you are on any of those platforms, I think you need to take in artificial intelligence a lot now. Sales and delivery. You want to be sure that even when you make the sale, there are technology in place. Of course, we have a lot of payment platforms now. And if you are a small business, I deal with small businesses a lot. And so I use a lot of tips and tricks to beat what the big business people are doing, even when you're small and you don't have the money. If you don't have the money to go to all these InterSwitch and all the big companies, there are ways you can actually pay. You can use Google. I think it was Mr. Yeni that mentioned Google Form, or is it Dr. Amal? You can use Google Form to collect information. You can use transfer. We do transfer a lot in Nigeria. You can put your account for transfer, and then you can also use Paystack, which is the best form that is very official. It makes you still look very corporate. You just use Paystack. Paystack is free. They just take a percentage of your transaction, which makes it very easy for you to do e-commerce at this time. A lot of people are blowing it up with Paystack. I have a lot of my students in the 30 days April class who have already started using Paystack, and they're collecting money. You want to think of how you do your delivery, especially if it's a physical product that you're selling. You want to take advantage of companies that are available online to pick up and deliver for you without you having to physically go do delivery, especially this time when you cannot move very easily, though some of them are licensed to move. Then you want to think about continuity and follow-up. What do you do when you have customers? They've already come in. You want to think about continuity. Subscription mode is continuity. What do you do? Like I said, your customer's journey is critical. What do you do to make sure that they keep coming back to you? What do you do to make sure that even what you're selling, it may not be like my brother was talking about these the data people. It may not be that it's finished or they will need more of it, but you need to create something. It has to do with you sitting down and your ability to create something out of nothing. You want to be able to think of what will bring them back to you again. Like I was using the dentist as an example. You can tell me that you want to whiten your teeth. You may not want that now. Maybe he collected my birthday when I was filling their form. Then he tell me on a few days to my birthday, he say, you're going to be taking a lot of pictures. Wouldn't you like your teeth to be white? You want to give that smile. Very, very interesting. Yes, why not? It's adding value to me. So that's another way for them to keep collecting money. You want to keep adding value. Most importantly, you want to keep being in front of your customers. Because if you leave your customer for too long, it's like leaving your wife in the open these days. Somebody's going to take your customer away from you. So you want to be in front of those customers always. You need to keep adding value to them. You need to keep giving them things to do. Now, to talk about your productivity as an entrepreneur, my brother has already mentioned Trello. Trello is beautiful. You want to be sure that if you're working with other staff, especially in this lockdown period, you want to be sure that they are keeping up to date with things. You want to use Trello, you want to use Slack. You want to be sure that you have everything packed, fuel, and in place for them. You want to make sure that when somebody is missing a deadline, the person knows. Trello will do that for you. This automation, this artificial intelligence help a lot now. Indeed, you can't do without it if you want to sustain a business. Like I said, it is business unusual, and we will never go back to those days. If you stay there, you are inheriting a future that is long gone. You need to move into artificial intelligence now. So you want to make sure that you follow up on projects. You want to follow up on staff. You want to make sure that they are doing what you expect them to do. A lot of people could be at home. Productivity can be low at home, but you can also take advantage of like Mr. Yeni said, you want to be sure that your environment is productive enough. You want to be sure that your seat has enough ergonomics that you're not uncomfortable, and you want to remove all the items, all the things that could distract you. If you're a food person, you don't want your home office to be near the kitchen. You understand what I mean? Then you also want to be sure that you don't have children running around. Those days when I started, let me talk to people who are very much on the ground like I was when I started. I had no home office when I started. So what I did was, in my sitting room, I placed a different rug in the area where my office is. So when my children are coming and they get to the rug, I'll tell them, you see that mark? That mark means that's daddy's office. You don't come in there. So with time, they got to find out that they got to respect that demarcation. So you need to create a place, a sacred, so to say, a sacred place for your office, even if you're going to be working from home. I don't know how long we're going to work from home. We're expecting brokers from the president. I hope he will, so that we can know what to do next. But whatever it is, even if you have to keep working at home, some of us are working from home, we're making money from home. If we have to continue to do this, you don't want to wait until the doors are open before you make money. You want to make sure that your productivity is at the optimum. You want to make sure that you are getting things right, all right? Finally, what I will advise is take advantage of all this opportunity that you have. Take advantage of all the platforms. Make sure that you make you use videos if it is possible. Take advantage of automation. Then make sure you are reaching out. Please don't feel people are not buying. You see, this has to do with the mindset of an entrepreneur. Don't feel people are not buying. If you do so, it's at your own detriment. People are making money. I thank God for that example Mr. Yeni gave. People are making money at this time. I have my students making money. I am, by the grace of God, and I believe that you can too. You can keep making money. You say, if you're selling furniture, let me quickly use that as an example as I bring this to a close so that we can take questions for at least 20 minutes. If you're selling furniture, this is not the time to say, oh, nobody's going to come to my showroom to buy furniture. Now start giving people interior advice and take money for that. Start doing 3D profiling of people's space and make money from that. No matter what you're doing, you can bring in info products into what you're doing, no matter what you're doing, no matter. So don't fold your hand because your business has to do with physicality. Somebody say, I'm a surveyor. I'm a quantity surveyor, or I'm this. So how do I make money? Somebody in my class was even the one that answered. I didn't answer. And she's a CEO of a company. She's a quantity surveyor. And she answered that she's making money. She's helping people through their design. They're doing work virtually. So you don't have to wait till it's over. You need to take advantage of your phone. You have that phone. There's one of my classes within the 30 days in April that I talked about making money from your phone. You need to take advantage of your phone. You need to take advantage of this small device to see what it can bring for you. All right. So I hope I make the best use of my short time. And I hope we take advantage of this great customer journey. Make sure that you engage them, add value to them, put in automation, make sure that digital marketing is working for you, artificial intelligence is working for you. Use all the platform you can. Don't, all the platform that works for you. Where are your customers? Find out where they are, use the platform where they are, and then I think you're going to be able to survive this season and the season that is to come after now. Mr. Ayo, thank you.
Thank you so much. Wow, that was fantastic. That was awesome. That was great. Okay, so I think we have.
Thank you, sir.
We'll be able to take in the 3 speakers as a foundation. So we have 15 minutes actually, but maybe we'll do 30 minutes so that we can accommodate a number of questions. All right, so this is how we're going to go about this. You can drop your question in the chat box, or you raise your hand, and then I will open your mic, and then you can, give us your question. Please just straight to the question. If you want to make a comment, fantastic, but make it very brief. All right, so that we could, manage or maximize the short time we have. However, if you have a question, you can raise your hand. I will see you from here, and then I will mute your mic, or you drop your question in the chat box. So we are open for question now. However, you can also specify who you want to answer your question. Otherwise, you could just drop your question. I'm sure the 3 of them are online, and then they will attend to your question. All right, so before we call it a day. Okay, so do I have anyone already? Do I have anyone? And if you can also drop your question in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so if you have a question too, we can also access it from there, so that we could just maximize all of the avenue, because we are actually talking about the tools we can use, to advance communication and also make money and do better business. So, okay. So, all right, I have the first person. Pardon me. Okay, I have the first person here. Okay, Abdul Karim, let's have you. Your mic is open. Abdul Karim, you can go. You can shoot.